guys, good morning from Moscow, Russia. I am running to class. It's like 10:15 and class is at 11, which is so bad for me, but I super jet lagged, super in a rush. I need to pack, so I'm gonna go take class really quick, try and do some foot days, do my variation, and get back as soon as possible, pack up my stuff, and hop on the plane. My super clean desk, I cleaned it out before the end of the season. Excuse me while I get my words together to talk about something that is really on my mind. And I think the way I'm going to start out is I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience today at the theater that's supposed to be my home theater. The place that promoted me to principal, and the place that gave me most of my opportunities. Today I come in for work and there's only a couple of people there because the rest of the company is either lazy or doesn't want to come in. I don't know why. So my friend Jana, who is actually from Krym, which is the Crimea, the place that was annexed by Russia. So she was Ukrainian, now she's Russian. She and I start off the morning wonderfully, and she is like, I want to practice English with you, and so wonderful and dear. And right away the massage stars is like, well, Russian medicine is better, I don't care, because I was telling him what had happened with my shoulder, asking him to help me, and he's like, well, you know, I think that Russian medicine is better. And I said, okay, fine, if you think that, that's okay. But I said, you know, it doesn't matter about where you're from, the medicine is medicine. And so he just got very defensive and very anti-me and just really saying a lot of really hurtful things. And I was like, okay, I'll just take it with a grain of salt. And Jana was looking at me like, what the heck? And then we start to move on to class, and Jana and I decide that we're gonna do it. Jana gets a little weird because I put on my point shoes and I say, oh yeah, you know, in the States, they you know, wear their point shoes for class. She's like, well, you're better off doing class in tennis shoes rather than point shoes. And I said, well, I'm gonna do it in point. And she looked at me like, okay, whatever, you know. And then our pianist comes in, she's like, no, I won't play for the American. I'm not gonna play if Joy's here. You know, I like, and she's like, you know, you're going off to do your own things, do everything yourself. I'm not gonna do something just for two people. Even though that's her job. Her job is to play class, you know. And waltzing in 10 minutes late are two other older artists. They sit on the floor and criticize me the entire time the class is going on because I'm giving combinations. Oh, how unmusical is, she's so terrible, ew, she should just go back to America where she came from, blah blah blah. And I'm just, you know, telling a little bit about my summer, like, you know, oh yeah, I taught this. And they're like, well, if you love Los Angeles so much, go back, we don't need you here, you're not needed, you know, go back to your own America. And I'm just like, you know, I love Russia, I love Russian ballet, that's why I'm here. and it just got extremely aggressive, the environment, and it was almost like, oh look, she's showing off, we don't need her here, oh look. And then they start talking about how I'm a crazy person, and they're in their full voices, 4 people, 2 administrators and 2 older people in my company, just completely ripping the crap out of me, like while I'm trying to take class by myself and rehearse. And the culmination of it all was when I went to go and rehearse my variation. This is the concertmaster's job. I asked her, please, I have to start my variation from completely across the room. Could you please turn on the music? And she said, no, I don't know how. And I asked every single person who's sitting there, 4 people, they're sitting there 5 meters, not even 5 meters away from the music. Like, oh, you know, no, we don't know how to do that. And I look at them like, are you serious? You don't know how to touch a button? You do that for everyone else. And it was just like a mini protest of joy. We don't want you to be here. We don't like you. We don't like your American. We don't like your work ethic. You make us feel uncomfortable. You make us jealous. You make us, and what it is jealousy, but it just was so unpleasant. And I'm so happy to be going to Asia, but I don't want to come back if it's going to be like that next year. I mean, it's just so hard to have my very identity sort of just... I work so hard for what I do, and I love this country, but it's just, I can't believe it that 4 people, older people, would be so cruel and so rude, and to watch me then for the next 15 minutes sort of run back, turn off the music, start it again. What is going on in Russia? I don't know. But this is so sad to feel it firsthand, to see how much the brainwashing has gone, so that they don't see me, they just see my passport. So I'm freaking out because I am trying to rush pack and it's a crapshoot. Oh my god. So before I go on a long trip, I like to do my vitamins, make my supplements, and I love to take a vitamin B12 shot. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to fill it up. I'm going to make 3 shots that I'll take with me to Hong Kong and Singapore. So this is the studio, or the living room, and this is my bedroom, and yep. There's the hallway, all my stuff is packed, I'm ready to go. There's the bathroom, a nice little toilet, and it has a great view on the Christ our Savior. Here is the back room, which is kind of like, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with it. It's kind of the guest room. There's a little porch there, also with a great view. Yeah, this room is kind of a mess. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with it. There's my little kitchen, and yeah, there's my apartment. Look at that great view. I've got a great view onto the Kremlin, and yeah, so there's my apartment. So today I'm going to close out the vlog because I'm on my way to Hong Kong, and thank God Misha finally got his visa. It was such a nightmare for him to get it because in Russia, DHL, you have to give it right into his hand. So they came, and I don't think he was home or something, and so I freaked out. I thought he was off and he wasn't gonna make it, so I got really nervous. And I'm so depressed because Russia is in a bad way, and my company really doesn't want to see me there. They really, and I don't want to give up. You know, I don't want to lose hope in Russia, and I've always been sort of an advocate for this place, and today's experience really made me depressed that there were 5 people there sitting there saying, go away, we don't want you here. And I don't know if that's because they are feeling inferior, or I really do need to pick up my stuff and leave, that this isn't the place for me. So let me know what you guys think. Should I just power through, and should I just show them, or am I being unwise? And what kind of decision should I make in the coming weeks about my future. I don't know where I should be, and I hope that something turns out in Asia. Anyway, I will see you guys in Asia. Thank you so much for following. Make sure you try the Prima Bar. It's the official sponsor of Asian Grand Prix. And the more you buy, the more I can do my job. So love you guys so much. And I will see you when I see you.